Hey everyone, welcome back to Vinyl Latte. Today we have a unboxing of Taylor Swift's latest album. This is her 12th album, Life of a Showgirl. And coming from the world's largest pop star who's been on the road touring since she's been a little girl, she knows a little bit about being a showgirl, I suppose. So today I just got my copy. I'm gonna go ahead and unbox it with you. What we're gonna do is crack the seal, show everything that comes inside of the standard album, and then I'm gonna give it a listen and give you my opinion. So here we go. It's Tay time. All right. Welcome back to the channel. Really glad to have you here. And every so often, we talk about the latest buzz in albums. And I don't think there's a bigger album out right now than the Taylor Swift Life of a Showgirl. Yeah, so I feel like when you have the largest selling album in the world, you also need to take an opportunity to open it. Now, I don't mean literally the largest selling album in the world, but the largest selling album in the world right now. So let's go ahead and get this cracked open. This was sent directly from Taylor's store. The only thing I did was just remove the address label from the package. So if you ordered it from her store, this is what you would have got, just this little cardboard nailer. A little bit discreet too, no Taylor Swift branding or anything of that nature. And then it's just a typical, almost like whiplash type mailer here, with the record right inside. That's it. Look at that. There she is. The life of a showgirl. Let me go ahead and kill my monitor so you can see that better. How's that? There we go. Now this is on the Portofino orange glitter vinyl. I'm going to talk a little bit about in the review about the variants this go around, but this was the only one that I grabbed. In fact, I didn't even grab it. My wife grabbed it because she knows that I've been a Taylor fan for quite some time. I'm just going to get an eye on how this thing actually opens. It looks like maybe it opens up like a little bit of a book. So we're going to tackle this by maybe I try to keep the shrink wrap as much as I can, but we're going to go ahead and take our trusty guitar pick and get it in between that crease there so we can slide that shrink wrap right off. Let me get a close up real quick of that hive sticker. Hopefully you can see that. It's a picture of the vinyl and it says Portofino orange glitter vinyl. It also says unique photos and a poem from Taylor. And I think that's pretty standard no matter where you order this from. So here we go. Unwrapping Taylor. There we go. I'm a type of person that saves shrink wrap on things like gatefolds, and this looks like this opens up as a gatefold. Now without the glare, can see really crisp, clear cover Taylor, which looks like I know it's in a bathtub or something. I'm not really sure what she's doing there. I'm sure there's fans that understand the meaning behind all of this, and then it opens up like this. So full image there. I hope I'm centered. You can't really see. Oh, it's like a, and then there's another little flap here apparently. So I don't know what I'm showing right now, but that's what that flap thing is. I guess I'm gonna find out here in a moment. Oh, there we go. And that's the opposite side. Okay. So we got her eating as a showgirl. Oops, sorry, I hit the mic. We got her eating as a showgirl, and we got a poem here. And what's cool about the poem is that you can access the poem without having to have everything wide open. And it's a coffee, stretch, piano keys, vocal warm ups, and locker room shower. So it seems like it might be lyrics to something like that. I'll have to read that more in depth later. I'm not going to spend our time right now on here to do that. Let me move that mic a little bit out of the frame. All right. So what else we got here? It looks like, so it's a top loader. So you grab your record from the top of the album. We'll do that. I don't know if this really came through here, but on this flap, there looks like there's like a series of pictures there. And on this album, we got 12 songs. We got one that It's featuring Sabrina Carpenter, and it doesn't mention anybody else on the cover currently. Now, inside, looks like we have a kind of weird printed inner happening here with a sleeve. This is quite unique way of storing a record. Um, Not really sure what's going on here, to be honest. This opens up, and it looks like we have all the lyrics right there. It's very unique packaging this go around. And there we go. And it is the lyrics of the actual songs themselves. Then here we have a very I can already tell you that that stands out. The glitter there really stands out. And you see that against the light? We didn't even have that pulled out yet. So very, very cool. Always nice, high quality photos of Taylor and all of her records. Plastic sleeve. It's like, on the hunt to find the opening here. Um, there we go. And there it is. That's the record. Hopefully it's capturing some of that glitter in the camera there. And with the center sticker, your inner sticker there, your label, matching the rest of the packaging of the album. So it's a full-on deal here, completely on brand. Again, this was the only pressing that I received. In previous years, I got them all. I collect them all like Pokemon. But this year, I did not. And I'm going to talk a little bit of reasons why I did not after I have a chance to listen to the album and give you my thoughts. So I tell you what, let me get this put into the ultrasonic, get it a spin on the turntable, and I'll come right back to you. All right, I'm back. I just finished listening to the album. I even took the liberty to transfer it into a nice outer sleeve, and I put my record in a new inner sleeve, something I recommend all folks that collect vinyl do. It really preserves the life of the record. It will make this cover stand out and preserve it for a long, long time. Okay, so let's talk about I'm gonna talk about the music first, and then I'm gonna talk about the actual album itself, and then we'll conclude. So, yeah, man, The Life of a Showgirl, Taylor's latest album. I think this really pulls back the curtain on her own mythology. This is kind of part confessional, sort of part spectacle, and I think it's very polished, pop theater. In fact, I think a lot of these songs can be just copied and pasted right on the radio, ready to play, with maybe some minor censoring needed. However, the album is full of light. There's some mirrors, and of course, there's just enough heartbreak to keep it human. Now, I think standout tracks on here for me was The Fate of Ophelia. I think this was very cinematic and haunting. I also really liked Honey. I thought this was a very breezy, warm kind of title. One of my favorites was Canceled, to be honest with you. It sort of brought me back to Taylor when she was a little bit on her, like, darker, revengeful days. What was this song? Look What You Made Me Do kind of feeling to it. It kinda gave me that nostalgia to it, so I really like that track for whatever reason that connection is. And, of course, the title track, the final track on the album, featuring Sabrina Carpenter. I think this just closes out the album in just dazzling fashion, and I love the way that they kinda ended in, like, you were just watching a show, right? I really thought that was kinda cool. Now, I will confess that not every song sort of stuck the landing for me. I think that some of it felt like it was revisiting familiar melodies and emotions, but even when Taylor does that and she kinda plays it safe, I think she just has this sort of craft and charisma that just shines right through. I mean, she's just a rock star in what she does, and she can kind of pull it off in a way that nobody else can. For me, this might not be her most daring record. I would have loved to seen her take a little bit more chances on this record. She's got the ear of the world on her, and she can transform music for the entire world. And I would just love for her to be a little bit bold and try something different. But even if she didn't do that, and this is not her most daring record, I think it is proof that a few artists command the stage quite like she does, and she'll continue to command that stage because she knows how to put together a well-rounded album. There's no doubt in my mind why this is selling like hotcakes, just like every other album she does. Now, for me, the rating here is about 3.5 out of 5 points. I think it has glitter, grace, but there's a few miscues that pulls it back for me. Yet the spotlight still belongs to Taylor, and of course, that's what Taylor fans really want. Overall, her happiest album, I think, outside of maybe her like initial country album that she came out with. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad album. I think it's gonna be something I'll probably end up listening again. And there's quite a few tracks that I wouldn't mind hearing. Might even add to my playlist myself. So yeah, 3.5 out of 5 for me. Now let's talk about the actual album itself because we are a vinyl channel. Overall, I think the presentation of the record is beautiful. The cover is crisp, is bold. The color print here is very high quality. The way that you open and access the record is very unique and is kind of a little bit fun. And of course, everything's high res photos of Taylor inside, which is definitely cool. That fold out, that flap out of the side was actually the poem that was advertised on the hype sticker. So there wasn't like an insert. I was hoping for maybe like an insert, but that's the actual poem. I tried to look up with 13 Ophelia Avenue, Nashville, Tennessee was, but I couldn't figure that out. There was a Ophelia's pizza place that kept coming up on Google, but it had a different address. So I'm not really sure what that is. Maybe a Taylor Swift fan that has more knowledge than I do can drop some comments in there. Um, the record is beautiful visually. The glitter on that orange record is something I just never seen before. I've never seen that much glitter on a record. But audibly, oh my god, this is the noisiest freaking record I think I have. It's noisier than some picture discs that I have. I mean, I even have a machine that can kill surface noise, and it's still overpowered my machine. I'm disappointed in that because the mastering is solid, the soundstage is wide, there's so much depth and air in between Taylor's vocals, in between the instruments. I mean, once the music kicks in, it's definitely overpowers the surface noise, but I mean, there was steady noise. Anytime it got really quiet or a song started out quiet, you just heard that surface noise in the background. And that, I think, has everything to do with the vinyl compound, which is that glitter. I think that glitter is just overpowering the surface of the record, causing all of that noise to come through. I have a feeling I'm gonna try to find one that maybe doesn't have glitter. I gotta look at the variants again, or pray that they come out with just a standard black vinyl. Um, but yeah, that was disappointing to me because I think it took a little bit away from the whole experience for me. I really wanted to get lost in the record and the music, and every time there was just a quieter passage, or you were going in between tracks, or of course to run into the album, you just had a persistent layer of noise, and that kind of took away from me as well. So for that, I give that also 3 out of 5 points as well, just because of that freaking surface noise. Otherwise, it is a well mastered record. I just wish we could have got there with the actual sound quality, and that surface noise didn't ruin it. So that's what I got for you guys. That's my take on Taylor Swift's latest album, The Life of a Showgirl, um, her 12th studio album. 12th studio album, is that right? Or 12th album in general. It's hard to keep count anymore. She is just flying off the shelves no matter what. So, yeah, why don't you go ahead and drop me your thoughts? Did you pick up this variant, the standard variant? Did you pick up a different one? And if you did pick up a different one, is there surface noise on that one? Are you hearing what I'm hearing on this record? I'm really curious. Drop your comments below, and I'll see you on the next video.